सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं विश्वशान्तिकल्याणैकता प्राप्त्यर्थं समस्त सनातनधर्म भक्त साधक सेवक स्थापकानां विघ्नशत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा शक्ति संपदा साधन प्राप्ति द्वारा दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः पारायणम् आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम् although we have done swadhyaya pravachane cha, but still from pranava upasana we will spend these 5 minutes in our beautiful devotional chanting of the Veda mantra. Pranava upasana onwards, let us do the chanting. Om Omiti Brahma Omiti Dagam Sarvam Omityetadanukrutihasmava अप्यो श्रावयेत्याश्रावयन्ते ओमिति सामानि गायन्ते ओगं शोमिति शस्त्राणि शगंसन्ते ओमित्यध्वर्युः प्रतिगरं प्रतिगृणाति ओमिति ब्रह्मा प्रसौति ओमित्यग्निहोत्रमनुजानाति ओमिति ब्राह्मण प्रवक्ष्यन्नाह ब्रह्मोपाप्नवानीति ब्रह्मैवोपाप्नोति। ऋतं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च सत्यं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च तपश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च दमश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च शमश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च अग्नयश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च अग्निहोत्रं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च अतिथयश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च मानुषं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजा च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजनश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजातिश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च सत्यमिति सत्यवचाराथीतरः तप इति तपो नित्यः पौरुषिष्टिः स्वाध्याय प्रवचने एवेति नाको मौद्गल्यः तद्धिदवस्तद्धिदवः। अहं वृक्षस्य रेरिव कीर्तिः पृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव स्वमृतमस्मि द्रविणगं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम् वेदमनोच्चाचार्योऽन्ते वासिनमनुशास्ति सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः आचार्याय प्रियं धनमाहृत्य प्रजातन्तुं मा व्यवच्छेत्सीः सत्यान्न प्रमदितव्यं धर्मान्न प्रमदितव्यं कुशलान्न प्रमदितव्यं भूत्यै न प्रमदितव्यं स्वाध्याय प्रवचनाभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यं देवपितृकार्याभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यं मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव यान्यनवद्यानि कर्माणि तानि सेवितव्यानि नो इतराणि यान्यस्माकं सुचरितानि तानि त्वयोपास्यानि नो इतराणि एके चास्मच्छ्रेयागंसो ब्राह्मणाः तेषां त्वयासनेन प्रश्वसितव्यं श्रद्धया देयम् अश्रद्धया अधेयं श्रिया देयं ह्रिया देयं भिया देयं संविदा देयम् अथ यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्तविचिकित्सा वा स्यात् ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता अयुक्ताः अलूक्षा धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन् तथा तत्र वर्तेथाः अथाभ्याख्यातेषु ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता अयुक्ताः अलूक्षा धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तत्तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेथाः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषा वेदोपनिषत् एतदनुशासनम् एवमुपासितव्यम् एवमुचैतदुपास्यम् शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेत् तद्वक्तारमावेत् आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ॐ यस्मात् जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं वदवाक्यप्रमाणदः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ प्रथमोऽनुभागः ॐ ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सः ब्रह्मणा विपश्चिते ते तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मन आकाशः सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्निरावः अद्भ्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोऽन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरः पक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 wholeheartedly salute to Parabrahma Tattva, to Shruti Mata, to all the Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishi Muni Gurus, and to our Ishta Devata. Then to Sri Vyasa Bhagavan, Vaishampayana Rishi, Sri Yagnivalkya Rishi, and also Bhagavan Adi Shankara, the Bhashyakara. Salutations to our own Gurus, Guru Parampara, who are teaching us. Having done so, it is our luck and fortune that we are getting a chance to listen to Upanishads, and we are making use of that chance by our goodwill, by our great sankalpa, by our sacrifices, by our wonderful effort. This is a beginning. Then this should never be stopped, nor we go back to missing the classes level. Then, in this effort, when we add little and little more and more efforts, the pursuit becomes more and more fruitful. What is the added effort is what? Same. Throughout spiritual sadhana, there are only two efforts we have to do. One is making our equipments worthy. Second, with that worthy equipments, focusing on what we are studying in trying to understand it in all its details, all its entirety, in all its depth, in all its doubtless understanding. Whatever we are studying, this is ultimate. We are studying Brahma Vidya. The Brahma Vidya, Brahmavita apnoti param, supreme. So the supreme giving Brahma Vidya we are studying. Therefore, there is nothing greater than doing this work of Brahma Vidya Adhyanam. Only thing is what? While doing this Brahma Vidya Adhyanam, we must know that it leads to the supreme result. Therefore, we have to study it in such a way that it really leads to the supreme result. If this much we can do. And to accomplish that, what is required is all our faculties, equipments. Among them, the equipments which are not required, they have to be controlled, quieted, and kept aside. And the equipment which is required, called intellect, it has to be fully, thoroughly beautified, polished, systemized, and made absolutely convenient, worthy for doing or for using it in this pursuit of study of Brahma Tattva. That one we do, and then while being in the class or while at home, while studying the Upanishad mantra, with that sharpened buddhi, with that subtle buddhi, with that beautifully purified buddhi, we try to catch the intricacies that are said in between the lines or within the lines and within the words of the Upanishadic mantras. What is in the heart of Shruti Mata as well as Bhashyakara when they are telling this? What they are telling? What exactly they want us to intellectually comprehend? If this is our tapana, if it is our willingness or our planning or our preparedness, then to the next level of study we'll reach to. In the first level, beautiful thing that being regular. Second level, so regularly we are coming, but are we fully understanding as it is given? No. Means we have to put some extra efforts. So the efforts are these two. And everything is done through us or by us sadhana only when we have this clarity that we have to achieve the param, and the param is only through Brahma Vidya. Other than Brahma, there is nothing param. Therefore anything else achieved is of no use. Therefore, to achieve anything, whatever is done is of no use. Therefore, to achieve the param, the Brahma, the means is Brahma Vidya. Therefore there is nothing greater than Brahma Vidya to be pursued in my life. So, in this clarity, in this conviction, then from the inspiration, enthusiasm born out of this clarity and conviction, single pointedly we are focusing only in the effort of studying, understanding what is said in these mantras. To such person, slowly the subtlety of the intellect starts happening. Then what Rishi wants, that slowly we understand. Like any movie you see, you just get entertainment of movie, but within the movies all the scenes are all the happening. There are two things: one, what the director want to convey; second, what you can learn. Only as an entertainment, if we see, there is nothing great that any ordinary person does it. But through this movie, what the director is trying to show is a social theme, or is a political theme scenario, or any noble value is teaching, or is teaching some spiritual value, or in ordinary life some happening is telling it through some example what it is. So too what we can learn, If these two are there, which are intellectual exercises, then the movie seeing is not only an entertainment but is a learning. In the same way, the Shravanam of the Upanishad Ityadi, not only that beautiful thing we are doing by being regular, but if the intellect also starts working vigorously, working continuously, working single pointedly with full application, the gains are beautiful. What is the gain? Intellectual conviction. In fact, we should come to a level of understanding every word said by every Upanishad, every word said by Bhashyakara as a bhasha to every Upanishad. So profoundly, so beautifully, so deeply that there should not even be one misunderstanding, one confusion, or one doubt at all. That is our goal. And in Brahma Vidya, what it is? Knowing is being, and being is realizing. That's it. Brahmavid apnoti param. And what happens here is what? The explanation given to the Brahma Tattva, there are only two stages. At the level of intellect, we try to deeply understand it. Then, Brahmavid apnoti param, no? So then, where is he? Like a person is explained to us. We understood that person. But immediately a question comes, where is he? Then you want to see. In the same way, we they want to see that person and asking a question where. When you follow, after understanding what it is, we will discover that it is our own self. So here, that's how in this Prathamonvaka, which is the crux or essence of the entire Upanishad, entire Upanishadic literature, entire essence of all the Shastras, entire essence of all the sadhanas to be done. The first is the Pratigna Vakyam is made, that is Sutra Vakyam. Then in that, through Brahma Vidya, Paramapnoti having said so, the Brahma Lakshanas are explained. And Shankara Bhagavan has given all the angles to discuss about the Brahma Tattva. Thereafter, the Upalabdhi Sthanam is told. Then in that Upalabdhi Sthanam, when the Brahman is discovered, he is discovered as our own self. Then the benefit of it, the result of it is why it is called as Suprema, that is explained. See the systematic way of the Upanishad guiding the serious, sincere student. Pratigna Vakya made, it is explained. Then where that Pratigna Vakya Ukta Vastus Upalabdhi is told, and in that Upalabdhi Sthana, when you search, definitely it is found, and is found to be our own self. When that is found, this promised Parama Apnoti is so beautifully given. So, this is the beauty of this Upanishadic Vedantic literature. It's only that, remember, Vedantika Vicharana, once we start doing in the class, it should be followed by every day taking 15-20 minutes at home studying that. Then it should be followed by expanding that time. Then it is followed by all through the day, we are in that mood of discovering that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma in and through. Because ultimately, what is there is Satyam Jnanam Anantam only. Everything other than that is only Upadhikruta projection. So, with this mood, 24 hours when we are in search of Brahman, with open eye or closed eye, we are always in pursuit of Brahman. We are in fact meditation only. That when it is done for the sufficient period of time, how long we don't know, then we can see that very intuitive, subtlest understanding developing, wherein we just clear it is. Arre, what is there is Brahman alone? How come I am giving value, importance to all this, which is the superimposition on the Brahman? Why I am giving value to the wave and waveness and waves of birth and death when there is water alone? Wherever the water is there, there alone is wave is there. Wherever the wave is there, there alone we have to discover the water. That's what we saw yesterday. Water valued, wave gone. Wave valued, water hidden. Our habit is to give value to the wave. Therefore, we are not able to see the water. So, to our value is to give importance to the projected thing on the Brahman called as the world at its individual and total and gross, subtle and causal level. It's only a question of learning to devalue it and the learning to value the Brahman that we are going away from the Brahma and reaching near to the Brahma. Thereafter, whether it is in me or in you or in anybody, everywhere the Upadikruta Namarupa are there. Everywhere beyond the Namarupa, the Parabrahman is there. The one who starts the journey with the question that where is Brahman, with this deep analysis, he comes to understanding where is not Brahman. The one who starts with the question which is Brahman, the answer is which is not Brahman. Everywhere, every time, everything is that Brahman alone. That Anand, the discovery, the Ananda of the discovery is so supreme because you have discovered the truth. And the beauty is what? In the light of the discovery of the truth, all the untruth, with all its drama of creating such a havoc in our mind for no reason and no purpose, just gets fizzled out. This is called as mukti. The moment you apprehend the rope as rope, the snake, along with it, all the fears it created, all the hangama it is created, all the things just gone away. See that beauty? Those examples, when you repeatedly contemplate, the subtle things we start understanding. So, Brahma Vidapnoti Param, we listen in the class, we do homework for few minutes, slowly expand it, and somehow desire and try and reach to a stage of all the time in the contemplation on Brahma Tattva only. That is what a Brahma Vicharaka does. And whatever the distracting things, the obligations, the duties, all of that he gives up. That's the meaning of Sarvadharman Paritteja. Because I'm not able to contemplate all the time. Therefore, he gets out of all the attachments. Vyuthaya Bhaikshacharyaam Charanti. Like when you are studying newspaper, you tell us not to disturb. When you are doing your file work, you tell us others to not disturb. When you are watching TV, don't disturb. Don't we say? In the same way, we don't allow anybody to disturb, we don't get disturbed anyone because we want to be always in the mood of contemplating on Brahma. And how to contemplate on the truth or reality of Brahma, after which we discover the Brahman as ourself, that is a prapti of the Param, is what was the struggle which we are doing from last 15-20 days with the help of Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Bhashya. Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Bhashya is a complete data using which all the time we are in the contemplation, which results to the understanding of the Brahman as it is to be understood, experience of Brahman as it is to be experienced, after which really Paramapnoti can be felt inside. And this is what all the Rishis Munis have reached to. This is what the Upanishad is telling us, the purpose of the Upanishad. So, first we have to understand the word meaning, the sentence meaning, the implied and indicated meaning, and its application on the seat of contemplation. Then the contemplation is all the time. In the beginning, only in the class. Later on, some time you give. Thereafter, all the time you are maximum in that only. Like any lover also. In the beginning, only he sees somewhere first hand. Later on, he starts thinking. Later on, takes phone number and all the time in contact with that one. So to a bhakta, he listens from the guru about the mahima of Rama or Krishna. Then he starts liking it. More and more he listens. Then he becomes fascinated so much by Bhagwan, his Leelas, his Krupa, his Mahima, that all the time he is in Bhagavad Smarana, Bhagavad Leela Smarana. Is it not? The Vishayasakta person, the Daivasakta person, the Brahmasakta person. All the three are doing same, but the result is different to each other. The Vishayasakta gets lost into that. Then Upasaka really will have the Bhagavad Darshanam, Salokya Samipyadi. And so too the Brahmasakta person, when he always in the contemplation of Brahman, all the misunderstandings go away. All the blockades go away, all the barricades go away, all the obstructions go away in discovering that there is Brahman alone everywhere, there is nothing other than it. If it is there, it is there. If anything is there, it alone is seen like that. If it is there, gold alone is there. If any ornaments are seen, gold alone is seen as ornaments. So, seeing only gold is called transcendental experience. Seeing gold alone in all ornaments is called as immanent experience. In that stage, ornaments as if they have separate existence other than the gold, that is denied. Ornament as a thing to be permanently real, that expectation is dropped. As long as the ornament is there, the way it has to be used, it is used. Knowing that anything happens to the ornament, the gold is not touched or disturbed. So I, the Brahman, experience my own Brahma Tattva, myself express in the world in whatever the form required in different timings. And none of those expressions are permanent. In spite of all them being impermanent, I, the permanent self, is intact all the time. This type of understanding deeply about our own self starts coming to us. If that's happening, the intellectual study is getting fulfilled. Same thing on the seat of meditation. We go deeper to that experience and actualize that that is me. Then even the sadhana also is reached to its parakashta. Thereafter, all the differences, all the dualities, just go away. Just like in this body, within there is a Panchakosha. In the Panchakosha Rupa, same Parabrahma is expressed because it is valued. Parabrahma is substratum behind. That alone is reality. Everything is imposed. So too, any being I see, any object I see, I just scan immediately and in a moment's notice it understood what was there in me, there also in that. In me was the Brahmana superimposed with all the Upadhi. That also Parabrahma only superimposed with all the Upadhi. Therefore, there is nothing which is attractive or which is tempting us, which is troubling us. Nothing doing will trouble us. Because the reality is realized as reality which never changes. The illusory is understood as illusory, which is understood to be impermanent and continuously changing. See the transformation in that intellectual understanding when we pursue the Upanishad study rigorously, continuously. And actually, when that experience is done, that I thought myself with Jiva and Panchakosha, now none of them are me. I am that substratum which is going through all of them but still untouched by them, which is innate through all of them inherently, yet untouched by them. Gold is inherently in all ornaments, but not touched by any ornament. Water is inherently in all waves, but not touched by any wave. Mud is inherently in all pots, not touched by the pot. I am the Brahman, inherently in all my Panchakoshas, yet not touched by them. See, the Dehas Vikaras don't touch me. The Pranamaya Koshas, hunger thirst doesn't touch me. Manamaya Koshas, the Shokamoha never touch me. Vijnanamaya Koshas, knowing unknowing doesn't touch me. Anandamaya Koshas, ego is only functional, it is not me. I am that me which is all pervading. The Brahman is me, not Jiva me anymore. This will result only when we are all the time in that Brahma Vichara, Brahma Chintana, which independently we can't do. Therefore, we have to have the support of Upanishads. Upanishad we cannot study, therefore Bhashyakara gives Bhashya. Bhashya we can't understand, therefore we have to go to the satsang. In the satsang, through the Bhashya, the Upanishad mantras, having intellectually grasped, going on contemplating in that. In that mood all the time we are. TV Raghunatha Nirantara Prelagaho Mohiram. So this love for Upanishad, love for the Upanishadic theme, love for the liberation through the realization of the Upanishadic theme, somehow if they are developed at the cost of other all nonsense and nuisance, then our single pointed pursuit for discovering the Brahman will be there. Now our desires are mixed up. We want the world also, we want spirituality also. Unfortunately, there are two opposite sides. It is like I want to sleep also and I want to watch TV. Either of them only possible, though you desire both. If you sleep, you can't enjoy TV. If you want to enjoy TV, you have to forego TV. Sleep. Same way, if you want to enjoy the worldliness, You have to totally drop spirituality. If you want to go through the spirituality and grow through spirituality, then the other things, outrightly, every one of them have to be rejected. But that understanding, acceptance, straight away doesn't come. The more we get the mahima of the Brahmagnanam, to that extent, the desire to possess Brahmagnanam, when it grows up, then all other desires slowly start reduced. Slowly. Few remain, even they also will go away when we are very close to the Ananda, the infinite Ananda experienced when we discover the Brahman. That's how every Adhyatmic sadhaka's journey. Now, in that journey, we are at stage we are now being regular, we are listening. It's a beautiful achievement. Now, through the prayer, through the efforts, we have to reach the next level of contemplating on what we are listening. The equipment's preparation, intellect's willingness, patience, love for this contemplation, when we generate and tell to ourselves ki from now onwards on the Upanishadic mantras, I deeply deliberate. Having said so, start doing 1 minute enough, 2 minutes enough. That is how it starts. Then the rasa starts happening. Then you extend it to 5-10 minutes. Then we become habitual to look from the contemplation standpoint or from the truth standpoint in a contemplative mood all the time. Then we can see, as we said just now, all the curtains layers start going away. The clear picture starts coming. In that, what Upanishad is saying, that time we'll understand. Now we are struggling only to understand the word meaning and sentences. And that time indicated meaning starts revealing to us. Then the joy of that is so beautiful. For two reasons. One is Upanishad understood. Second is that is about me, my essential nature. When I discover myself with that and discard my other identities, where is the suffering? All bandha dukkha goes away. Nothing but joy, nothing but happiness. And this joy, happiness is not like Vishayananda. In the Vishayananda, there is always fear. There is always competition. It is always endful. It is competitionless, fearless, endless happiness. That is Ananda. This Ananda Brahman is not like Nidrananda, Vishayananda. These are all, we are habituated to them, therefore we find some greatness in them. Like they are habituated to only take service from others, they find happiness only in them. They don't know, never know, understand the happiness of serving others. They are lost in the grass world, like in some people in the world. Always they want love, help from others only. They are such a crooked fellows, troubling themselves and others. And they are denied always of the higher joy of giving love and service. You will never understand, ki, yeah, if I have to get love and service, somebody should give. Therefore, getting love is not important, giving love is important. It will not click to him easily, who is lost in that. But once it comes to him, it is not getting in love the glory is in giving love. Keep on giving. Love gives happiness, whether you get it or give it. Giving is in your hands, getting is not in yours. Therefore, when you want to get love, you always are frustrated, disappointed. When you keep on giving love, you are never miserable. That secret gets revealed. Here also, same way. So, and it's a most beautiful, complete, profound, every topic taken into account and explained to us by Lord Bhagavan Shankara. Thank to the support given, the support artist of the Purva Pakshi also. So, we are in the last lap of understanding this Satyam Jnanam Anantam Swarupa Lakshana of the Brahma. Yesterday we have come up to what understanding? See, in only three sentences only we'll tell. First sentence is the Purvapakshi says, because of your quotations, the Brahma has become Jnana Kartru. Therefore, he lost his Satyatva. Therefore, he lost it to Anantatva. This is point one. To that, the answer given by the Shruti Mata and the Bhashyakara is what? Swarupa avyatrekatvat karyatva upacharat. That's it. In explaining this Sarupa Avyatareka and Karyatva Upachara, what was the conclusion reached was, in that Upachara Yukta Karyatva, a formality doership में not only Brahma has become the knower of some object, you know, through the Upadhi. In fact, he has become knower of everything, called as he has become Sarvagna. Yet, just like in one particular knowledge, Karyatupachara se became Jnata, but Swarupa Avyadrekata is always maintained in him. In the same way, Brahman, one side from the Karyatva Drushti, is Sarvagnya, other side Swarupa Avyadreka. And to explain that word Sarvagnyata, exhaustively, beautifully we are given. Remember, the Sarvagnyatva of the Brahman is not as I know object other than me. It is an effortful knowledge. There are upadhis are required. Upadhi should be intact and the thing known is other than me. This jnanam is not greater. That jnanam which is उपचार के लिए ज्ञान का नाम दिया गया, बट वो ज्ञान नहीं है, फिर वो क्या है? It is my own self and that self is ज्ञप्ति. This is more valid, more important knowledge. Just because we are habituated to this Tripudi Jnanam and we were never aware about the Jnapti, which being Sarvavyapaka and Sarvakarana is Sarvagnya, that we are not able to catch its importance. Brahma is Jnapti Swarupa. Jnapti Swarupa Brahma is Sarvavyapaka, Jnapti Swarupa Brahma is Sarvakarana. In that way, the Jnapti Swarupa Brahma is Sarvagnya. That is me. Not the Jiva who is a knower of some limited things of the world through the Upadhi of Jnanendriya Karmendriya. That is what effort was put to bring to our notice. In that, the Jnanam Brahma is like Savitru Prakasha, all that is explained to us. Okay. So, what is therefore the understanding? That beautiful example of Buddhi Upadhi Dwarena, Antakarana Dwarena, Vishayakara Praktya. All that we have to catch the essence. The essence is what? The value given by us to the objects, the value given by us to the Indriyas, the value given by us to Antakarana, which in reality are not at all there. But still the value given to them is making the Jnapti Swarupa me only, becoming Antakarana, going through the Indriyas and taking the shape of the objects. Like the value given to the tail of the snake, hood of the snake, then the hissing of the snake is making the rope only appear as snake, whereas there is no snake on. Be attentive in this example. The value given to the value of the silver, the value given to the glittering, okay, is making us not see the shell, but making us see the silver. Is it not? The value given to the shape of the pot, the value given to the usability of the pot is not allowing us to see the mud, which alone is there in the pot. The shell alone is there in that silver. The rope alone is there in the snake. One question always asked, which part of the snake is real and which part of the snake is not the rope? Answer is what? No part of the snake is real. Every part of the snake is rope only. In the same way, in our experiences of the world through the senses, through the Antakarana, which part is not Jnapti Swarupa? No part is without Jnapti. Everything is Jnapti only. But where is that snake in the rope? Not in the rope, in your importance or value given. So, where is the Antakarana and the Indriyas and the world seen through Indriyas? In our own importance given to it. In reality, they are not there. In the water reality, there are no waves. In the gold reality, there are no ornaments. In the same way, in the self, the Brahman reality, none of these are there. But as a karkar, Guru cannot brush aside because it is experience of the disciple that he is seeing the world for which Guru has to answer. And Guru is also talking to the disciple in the Shabdas only, conveying the meaning. There is a transfer of the knowledge happening from the Guru and between the Guru and disciple. Is it not? Therefore, he'll have to come to that level of explaining that the conditions are there for the Laukika Vyavahara. But the next point is what? Like the thread alone has become the cloth. Thread which became cloth alone became the curtain. Then thread which became the cloth and now taken the shape of curtain alone is covering the window from the outer dust or the light. So the kartrutva that the curtain is covering it belongs to not the curtain but it to the cloth. Not in the sense that the cloth is doing it. So to not even to the cloth it belongs to the thread. Not in a sense that the thread is covering the dust or the sunlight. But without the thread can't be the cloth. Without the cloth, the curtain cannot be. Without the curtain, the thing cannot be. So our value of utility that we need to have a curtain made the thread to appear through the cloth as a curtain. So to our utility of the world, Shabda Sparsha Prasagandha made the pure Brahman appear as Antakarana as well as the Bahya Karanas of Indriyas. So that portion was explained to us so beautifully. More contemplation, more clarity will come. Thereafter, the Atma Vastu, as we just now said, is Brahma Vastu said as Sarvagnya. What is the Jnanam of the Brahman of the world? What is the Jnanam of you and I of the world? Our Jnanam is with the Triputi, with the sense of otherness. Is it not? The known object is other than me. I am the knower of it. And the knower known knowledge, these three thoughts are required for the knowledge to be gained. That is our jnanam, right now. What is this jnanam Brahma example? Meaning means what? There is neither Triputi is there, nor the Brahma and the thing known by Brahma are two. Brahma is knower of everything by being the heart of everything or substratum of everything or the self of everything. In that way is Sarvagnya. That was brought to us. So, at one point, the Purvapakshi said, your Brahman Jnapti became Jnanakartru. And the Siddhanti proved not in one place is Jnanakartu Jnata, he is Sarvagnya in fact. But whether he is Sarvagnya or knower of one particular thing, in both cases, this Karyatva of the Jnatrutam is only Upachara. At that time, Swarupa ka Vyatirekata nahi hua. So the ornamentation is Karyatva Upachara. The Swarupa of the gold has not changed. Uska Vyatirekata nahi hua. That as we discover in the goldness, so too have to discover in the self Brahman. Our fighting is not with any upadhis or indriyas or objects. There's no fighting at all. The point is what? The differentiation between the karyata upacharata, then swarupa vyatirekata. If you can catch that, then we got the entire essence. Without itself going through any modification or change, it is just appearing of becoming into this triputi through the upadhis. This has to click to the intellect. That intellect which is habituated to the perception of the world through the upadhis thinks this is what is real, or the Brahman also has to be known like this. This is how the intellect, because of its earlier habit, makes us not understand the truth as it is to be. But repeatedly, when we listen, repeatedly we contemplate, then slowly understanding gets dawned in us. What is the meaning of Sarupa Vyatireka from the absolute standpoint, Karyatva Upachara from the relative standpoint. It's everywhere. So, as I told you many times, the iron without losing its ironness appearing as a nail. Just now we said thread without losing its threadness appearing as cloth or the curtain. The mud without losing its individuality, reality, appearing only as the pot. Pot of any size it can be, any shape it can be, any name it can be, any utility it can be. So, to any size, any shape, any utility, any name which are there into the entire world of the things are nothing but the Rupa and Nama given to that Brahman. That's it. This we have to deeply understand intellectually and reach to that Brahman which is beyond all the Upadis. Having seen so, when you come back and see, there is never ever a doubt that everything is Brahman alone. Is it not? Like in our Harivariness, we talk about cloth curtain, cloth curtain. Now, when 10 times Guru told and 10 times you heard that there is no cloth or curtain without the thread, then your vision of the thread grows. Then you may be using it as cloth and cover curtain, but without missing the threadness. And the relation between the threadness and also the cloth and curtain is what? The cloth and curtain is karyatva. That karyatva is only upachara. What happened to the thread Sarupena Avyatireka? It has not changed. See that? The Jnapti Swarupa Brahma, he has never become the Jnana Kartru, nor he became Jnayavastu, nor the relation between them, the Jnana, actually happened. Only Upachara. To that Upachara, because we gave so much value importance, because of that, the reality is given to them. Because the reality given to them, we are not able to drop it. Because we are not able to drop it, we are not able to understand this beautiful Jnapti Swarupa Brahma. Like the children, give value to the sports, then give reality to the sports. When they give reality and value to the play or sports or entertainment or TV, that they are not able to understand the importance of their study. Study is always important, but that fellow is not understanding because he has given reality and value to the sports and game and all. Is it not? We also given reality value to the upadhis, and upadhi created information regarding the worldly things. So this is denying us to go beyond them to apprehend or to understand the truth or reality. The moment little thinking it starts, which is important, which is unimportant, which is real and unreal, slowly the thing which is given reality value, when it is reduced to that extent, the capability to understand the truth grows. That is why the removal of Rajoguna and Tamaguna, gaining of the Sattva. The Rajaguna is indulgence through the senses in the objects, the Tamaguna is just lazing out. These two are the ones which are not allowing us to contemplate on truth. Therefore, reduce them, increase Sattva. With the Sattva Guna, the contemplation goes on. In that contemplation, the capacity to recognize or realize or know the truth grows. That's what is happening to us through our regular classes. The capacity to understand the self slowly growing because the Rajaguna of indulgence, Tamoguna of Nidra, you gave up and came to class. Do the same thing all through the day. Then the understanding will become stronger and stronger. Okay. After that is said, then we came to the next topic of the Satyam Brahma or the Jnanam Brahma first was explained is not having the Namanami Sambandha. Jnanam is not a name and Brahma is not the named. Namanami Sambandha bhi nahi hai. In other things, the Nama Nami are Sambandita and that is universally accepted Nama Nami Sambandha, even though Nama and Nami are never related. That we told you, write a person's name on a paper and tear it. Nothing happens to that fellow. If he's egoistic, he says, Mera naam ko kyun phada? Like you tear the photograph in an album. Nothing happens to the person. But then your sentiments, emotions, you say, how did you do that to me? That is sentimental. Otherwise, did anything happen? Therefore, in the same way, नामा और रूप दोनों निकल गए तो वस्तु को कुछ नहीं होता. सो रूप की बात तो यहाँ कम किया, नाम की बात कर रहे हैं कि ज्ञान शब्द वाच्यम नहीं है ब्रह्म. ब्रह्म इज नॉट वाच्य, ज्ञान इज नॉट वाचक. It was explained to us. Why is it so? Because for if anything has to become Vachya and a Vachaka has to come to explain it, that Vachya should have Jati, Dravya, Guna, Kriya, Rupa. Nama Rupa. Nama Rupa, Jati, Dravya, Guna, Kriya. Rupa, Jati, Dravya, Guna, Kriya are required for anything to be named. Brahman has got none of these things. Therefore, it cannot be named. Then what is the Jnanam Brahma? The Jnanam Brahma is the Lakshana of the Brahma. Brahman is recognized as Jnanam. Jnanam is the word used for indicating Brahman. They are not the adjective and the thing which is explained, that result, that relation is not there. So too, the Nama Nami Sambandha bhi nahi hai. Very interesting these discussions. Like as I told you million times, book, when I use a word, the word book which is in my mouth is not the book. And in the book, this word book is not there. But in the interaction, book मतलब वो पुस्तक के सामने आता है आंख में. In the same way, Jnanam and Brahma are not Namanami. Jnanam eva Brahma. But if this is caught, everything is caught. Jnapti Swarupa Jnanam eva Brahma. And but that Jnapti Brahma has to be Satyam also Anantam. That Purvapaksha was trying to pull down the Satyatva and Anantatva of the Brahma by trying to interpret the Jnapti has become Jnana Kartru. The Guru struggled to prove that the Swarupa Avyatirek hai, Jnapti is always Jnapti, Upachar hai, uska Karyatva. What is the Upachar of the Karyatva? Again, please don't miss it. That Shuddha Chaitanya Brahma only through its own upadhi called as Antakarana has gone through the Indriyas and took the shape of the object. That Indriya के द्वारा जिस वस्तु का संपर्क हुआ, that वस्तु का वृत्तित्व अंतःकरण में बनता है. That अंतःकरण which is illuminated, inevitably to be illuminated by the Chaitanya Paramatma. We are at that level of knowledge, therefore we talk of Jnaya Jnata Jnanam. Okay, but this Jnanam, did it happen without Brahma? No, it cannot happen. Therefore, Upachara ke liye, the Jnanam in that Triputi is attributed to Brahma. Not in a sense that it is a Visheshana Ityadi. This Brahman is that Jnanam in all the Triputi without himself becoming the Jnanam, always remaining as Jnapti Swarupa. Like electricity is such a thing, it has become all the fan and light, same time without becoming any one of them. बिजली ऐसा कोई बल्ब की ग्लोब की तरह घूमने की तरह वो नहीं बनता. बिजली बिजली ही रहता है. बट विदाउट द बिजली दे कैन नॉट डू वर्क. देयरफॉर उपचार के लिए द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज ग्लोइंग द बल्ब, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज मूविंग द फैन, all that we talk. See, that electricity example will help us little more deeply to contemplate, comprehend. So, this namatva is removed. Evam, this way, तथापि तद अभासवाचकेन बुद्धिधर्मविषयेण ज्ञानशब्देन तत् लक्ष्यते न तु उच्यते. The Jnana Shabda is only to indicate, it is not explanation of the Brahma. Natu uchyate. Okay. Then Shabda Pravritti Hetu Jatyadi Dharma Rahitatvat, we have explained just now. Tata Satya Shabdena api, this also we contemplated yesterday, that Satyam Brahma is to be thoroughly understood. Satyam or Satta or Sat, all the three are same. So the Satyam is not a name to the named Brahma. Satyam eva Brahma. How it is explained here? Sarva Vishesha Pratyastamita Swarupatvat. Sarva Vishesha Pratyastamita Swarupa is Brahma. Sarva Vishesha Pratyastamita Sattvarupa, Sat is Brahma. So there is Sat in two ways. Vishesha Sahita Sat, Vishesha Rahita Sat. Okay. Every object we see is existing because of existence only in that. And again, be attentive. Whenever we say every object is existing because of Sat, we have to be a little subtler to understand. Every object means every part of the object. Like when I say a chair is existing in existence, so what means it? Every part of the chair is existing in existence. Is it not? Its four legs, its two hands, its back rest, it's a sitting thing. All of that are. Everything is existing in the pure existence. Because every part is existing. Generally, when you say kursi is existing, particularly ask, yeah, legs are existing, hand is existing, back rest is existing. तो पर्टिकुलरली भी बोलो तो आप बोलते हैं एग्जिस्टिंग, जनरली बोलो एग्जिस्टिंग. देयरफॉर कुर्सी इन इट्स टोटलिटी इज एग्जिस्टिंग इन एग्जिस्टेंस ओनली. रिवर्स वहां से देखो, एग्जिस्टेंस अलोन पर्टिकुलरली एक्सप्रेस्ड एज दिस कुर्सी. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज कि विशेष युक्त एग्जिस्टेंस एक्सप्रेशन. Okay. Now imagine the absence of the shape called as chair. What you see is Vishesha Pratyastamita Swarupa. Vishesha Pratyastamita Swarupa. Visheshon ka astamaya ho gaya. Astamaya means setting of the sun. Like when the sun sets, we don't see him anymore. So too, when all the Visheshas are dropped, what remains is pure Satta. That is the meaning of Satyam Brahma. Satyam is not the name of Brahma. Sarva Vishesha Pratyastamita Sat Swarupa is Brahma. And our attention is because on the Visheshas, we are not able to recognize Brahman. We are not able to recognize Brahman alone is there every nook and corner of the Vishesha. And remember, the attention is given is the one which is giving validity or reality to the Vishesha. Otherwise, in every Vishesha, in and through, what is there is the Nirvishesha Brahma only, the Nirvishesha Satta only. Right? Every Vishesha of the ornament inherently, what is hidden is the Nirvishesha gold only. Nirvishesha means gold is not in its only any specific form, specific name. कोई भी धातु को ना अपना खुद का कोई स्पेसिफिक नेम या फॉर्म नहीं होता, वो होता है बस लाइक मड. यू डोंट हैव द फॉर्म ऑफ द बर्ड, ए स्पेसिफिक नेम नहीं होता उसका. दिस मड नेम इज गिवन फॉर द ट्रांजैक्शन पर्पस. That is why it can be taken in so many forms, so many names, so many utilities can be done. Problem is what? When the form is given, name is given, utility is done, that overpowers our mind so much that the reality we forget. Reality alone is real. The form, name are changeable, perishable. Whenever they change and perish, we get disappointed. That is called as samsara. That is called as samsara. Sarva Vishesha Pratyastamita Swarupatpad Brahmanaha. Then Bhakya Satya Samanya Vishena. Bhakya Satta Samanya means what? The common Satta in everything is Brahman, not the specified Satta of different names and forms. Different names and forms actually not existing. But right now we are perceiving. Therefore, we have to Vyavaharikale we can accept. But our goal is not that. Our goal is pure Brahman only. Therefore, we have to say, in and through every Vishesha Satta, the Samanya Satta which is there is called as Brahman. That's Satya Shabda. Satya ka artha wo hai. When you use the word Satya for Brahma, the meaning of the Satya for Brahma is That Sarva Vishesha Pratyastamita Sarva Samanya Bahya Satta Vishaya is called as Satya Vastu, Satya Shabda. So Satya is not the name, Brahma is not the form, but the substratum, the Sadvastu, the Satta, the existence, which is Sarva Samanya, is called as Brahman. It's not a name. And in that way, if you see, we call in English space is, this is, that is, that is. Okay. And in that, the discussion is like what? Space is an object, is a visheshana of it, it looks like. But actually, spiritually देखा जाए, space is नहीं होता, is space होता है. मतलब chair is, table is, space is, water is. No. Is appearing as water, is appearing as table, is appearing as chair, etc. Everything like that. So Rama Asti, Krishna Asti. No. Asti is expressing as Rama and Krishna. If this change in the vision we bring up, we are understanding Vedanta. Ocean Asti? No. Asti appearing as ocean. Why? Because ocean can dry up, but Asti will not go. Is it not? And but that Asti is an abstract thing. It is not understandable or catchable by the Upadis. But beautiful thing is what? It is experience. And as what? Our own self. Therefore, I am the Asti. That's why you gave the example yesterday. In the object one was existing, I was there to illuminate it. Object 2 is existing, I am there to illuminate it. In between, there is no object. I am only illuminating that. My own existence is giving existence to the absence in between. Therefore, the presence of object 1 is because of my presence. Presence of object 2 is because of my presence. In between, the absence also is because of my presence. So I am that presence in whom object 1, object 2, absence of the objects between these three are projected, superimposed. See that? That is the final experience. I am the Satta, who is there in every name and form and in between every name and form. Because the absence is certified by someone, that someone is existence. I am certifying then, like you are sitting, other person is sitting. In between both of you, how do you say you are different? Because in between there is space. But who is seeing the space, absence of anybody there? That is seen by me. Now, who is in the presence of point, object 1, object 2? That also is me. Therefore, I am the common denominator on whom object 1, object 2, and absence of them is projected, superimposed. This is what is Vedantic contemplation. Which I am, not the Dehadi Upadhyukta I am. Satchit Swarupa I am. The pure existence, pure conscious self in me is the substratum of all that. So, therefore, Sat Brahma, Chit Brahma, Satyam Brahma, Anandam, Anant, Satyam Brahma, Jnanam Brahma are not the names of Brahman. They are the Swarupa of Brahman. Both are proved now. Now comes to next one. तथा सत्यशब्देन अपि सर्वविशेष प्रत्यस्तमित स्वरूपत्वात् ब्रह्मणः बाह्यसत्ता सामान्य विषयेण सत्यशब्देन लक्ष्यते. Remember, when the Satya Shabda is used for Brahma, it is a Lakshya. What is a Lakshya? You are seeing 1 lakh objects, yeah. Every object is existing or not, yeah. Therefore, is there two existences? No. Then what is common thing in all of them? Satta. That common Satta is called as Satta Samanya. So that Satta Samanya is Lakshita by the word Satya, not Uchyate, not named. आई टोल्ड यू ना, नाम नामी संबंध वस्तुओं के बीच में ऐसा होता है. सत्य इज नाम, ब्रह्मन इज नामी नहीं. सत्य इज इट नॉट नेम गिवन. इन एवरी ऑब्जेक्ट द कॉमन सबस्ट्रेटम जो है वो इंडिकेट किया जा रहा है सत्य शब्द से, और कह रहे हैं वही ब्रह्म है. सी द डिफरेंस बिटवीन लक्षिता एंड उक्ति आर उच्यते. It is indicated, it is not called or named. Is it not? Ornament is a name given to the gold, but gold is not a name given to the gold. Gold is lakshate, ornament is uchyate. So through every object uchyate. Table is a uchyate. Table word is different, table object is different. But satya is not uchyate, it is only lakshate. What is the lakshate there? The substratum is indicated there. The common substratum of all, called as satta, is what is indicated by the word satyam. And that satyam, which is common substratum, which we call in English as pure existence, is Brahma. फिर सत्य शब्द ब्रह्म का नाम हुआ क्या? नाम नहीं हुआ, फिर इंडिकेशन हुआ किस चीज का? सत्य वस्तु का. कौन सत्य वस्तु है वो? सर्व सत्ता सामान्य. सर्व नाम रूपात में जो सामान्य सत्ता है वो इंडिकेट किया जा रहा है सत्य शब्द के द्वारा, एंड वही ब्रह्म है. इट इज वेरी क्लियर नाउ. एंड एज लॉन्ग एज their attention is on रूप नाम, that satta, sat, pure existence, we can never understand in the world, nor we can reach on the seat of contemplation. And unless the satta is accepted as reality, everything on that is only superimposition, then samsara will not go away. Therefore, samsara is not in the world. Samsara is only in our wrong dealing with the world. Samsara is not in our wrong dealing with the world. Samsara is in our ignorance of the world. What the ignorance of the world? World is existing other than Paramatma. This itself is ignorance. See that? World is existing apart from Paramatma. This is called ignorance. Ignorance means both, all the three, which we regularly discuss in Vedanta. One is not knowing the self as self. Second, not self is projected. Third, not self is taken as self. First is called avarana, not knowing the self. Second is vikshepa, not self is taken as real. Third, aropana, the not self is taken as self. So projection of the not self is one thing. Reality given to the not self is second thing. Taking the not self as self is third thing. Before these three things, the first thing is self is not known as self. So rope is not seen as rope, first. Snake is projected, 2. Snake is taken as real, 3. Snake is superimposed on the rope. The rope के ऊपर स्नेक सुपरइम्पोज करने को आरोपण कहते हैं. स्नेक को देखने को विक्षेप कहते हैं. And that vikshepa along with giving satyata. Not knowing the rope as rope is called as ignorance, ajnana कहते. So ajnana, when removed with the jnana, then the aropana, vikshepa, all of them go away. Vikshepa and aropa. Our job should be to know the truth. When you know the truth, all other thing goes away. Without knowing truth, any drama we do on the untruth, it's only drama. इसलिए सत्यमेव जयत न अनृतम. Truth alone triumphs. That's why the quotation in Upanishad. Now, evam. Now the next conclusion, 4-5 lines are there. If I cannot do it tomorrow, we'll do. Evam, in this way, with all the discussion over, now few concluding thoughts, which have started in the beginning only, of this explanation of Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Remember, Brahmavidapnoti Param is the Sutra Vakya of the entire Upanishad, and this Anuvaka, or this particular Valli. Then that Brahma, whose knowing gives us supreme gain, is Lakshita with the Lakshana of Satyam Jnanam Anantam. That Satyam Jnanam Anantam has to be understood differently. Not like we understand things and beings of the world. Therefore, all the struggle is done. The essence of the struggle is only two things. What is what? Satyameva Brahma, Jnanameva Brahma, Anantameva Brahma. Other than Brahma, which is Satyam Jnanam Anantam, everything else is Asatyam, Jadam and Anityam. Therefore, it is not real. And that Brahma, which is Satyam Jnanam, is my own self, and that self alone is self of all. Understanding Satyam Jnanavantam Brahma, then understanding it as Pratyagatma, understanding it as Sarvatma. When this way, Pratyagat Rupena, Sarvatma Rupena, the Brahman is discovered, Sarvam Brahma ho gaya, then only in the Abrahmata there are dualities, only in the dualities there is samsara. संसार होने के लिए ड्यूअलिटी होना चाहिए. अब ड्यूअलिटी है ही नहीं एकमेवाद्वयम ब्रह्म में. देयरफॉर ब्रह्म लक्षण के द्वारा इंडिकेशन में समझना है that indicated Brahma through this Lakshana Vakya has to be experienced as my own self. That self alone has to be seen as everywhere. This is the steps we have to follow in understanding, in meditation, and in experiencing. Then we have Apnoti Param. We have reached the Supreme. What is the reaching of Supreme? Effortless, struggleless happiness. Because you are all. There is nothing other than you. That you have to become happy by gaining it or become happy by sending it away. है ना, जिसको पाकर हैप्पीनेस होता है उसको हम राग कहते हैं, जिसको खोकर हैप्पीनेस होता है उसको हम द्वेष कहते हैं. इन बोथ केसेस वन हैप्पीनेस ओनली. So the raga dvesha rahita ananda will come because I am that. Because there is nothing other than me, which I have to have the raga for and which I have to have dvesha for. And because of raga trying to possess it, because of dvesha trying to send it off, this effort and struggle will not be there. Only one question: do I have raga towards me or do I have dvesha towards me? I may have to my upadhis. You know, when the body is continuously diseased or lazy, sometimes you may feel dvesha. When the body is very healthy, you enjoy, that may be of a raga. Conditionings. That's a body. I'm taking it to the self. You don't have the raga or dvesha. Because self cannot have raga dvesha. Towards the not self only there is raga dvesha. Something other than me. In the Brahma Jnana, there is no object other than Brahma. Therefore, there is no raga dvesha, there is no samsara. That's why Guru cannot have raga dvesha toward the disciples. Because he sees himself in them. Bhagawan cannot have raga dvesha. Name dveshosti na priyaha. That's how the samsara goes away when Sarvatma Brahma is known. Before that, Pratyagatma Brahma is known. Before that, intellectual understanding. That Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Therefore, everything other than Brahman is Asatyam, Ajnanam and Anrutam. Or Santam, Antavan. The struggle is being done. It is not an end. All these you have to be contemplative. In the contemplative mood only, the actual essence of these things come to us in understanding. We really enjoy that understanding. विचारण में इन सब बातों का जब गहराई में समझ आता है, the joy is so beautiful and great. Okay. Now, what is continued here by Bhashyakara is evam, in this way. In this way, why three words are used for Brahma, he is explaining now. The three words, Satyam and Jnanavantam, are used for what? Evam Satyadi Shabdaha. The Satya and Jnanam and Ananta Shabda, Itara Sannidhau. By being in very close proximity to each other, like the friends, Anyonya Niyamya Niyamakaha Santaha. Each one contributing, complementing to each other. Santaha Sapta Shabdyadi Satyadi Shabda Vachyat Tan Nivartakaha Brahmanaha Lakshanartaha Cha Bhavanti Iti Ataha Siddham. So this is so cutest sentence. ये 5-6 मिनट आपको लगता है इसको एक्सप्लेन करने में. Little I try today, more tomorrow we'll see, and we'll conclude it and we enter into Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam tomorrow. See, like what, no, in a kabaddi game, these people, when the rider comes, they are what? Anyonya. They are very close, holding on to each other's hand. And what do? Not only don't allow that rider to touch them, but they also try to catch that fellow and get the point. Cricket also. Though the ground is big, the children, the youngsters, players are in different places, but there is anyonyata. That is how the entire fielding placement. So, according to the batsman's weakness or strength, the fielding placement is made, and the bowler he bowls in such a way that the batsman is forced to play in such a way that it is either LBW or clean bowled or run out or he is caught out. What is happening there in that 11 players? Anyonyata, by which coordination they are trying to achieve something, not getting that fellow out. In the same way, three words Satyam Jnanam Anantam अन्योन्य नियम्य नियामक एक दूसरे का मदद करते हुए भी अपने ही शब्दों के अर्थ के द्वारा ऐसे ब्रह्म तक ले जा रहे हैं जहां पहुंचने के बाद न ये शब्द न ये अर्थों का जरूरत नहीं है अनुभव में। उस अनुभव को फिर से गुरु को अगर कोई दूसरे डिसेबल को बताना है तो फिर ये शब्द और ये शब्दों के अर्थ वहां फिर मायना रखते हैं और देयर इज एन इंपॉर्टेंस टू दैम। एंड हाउ डू दे डू अन्योन्या? वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन that when we say Satyam Brahma, then the problem of Jadata came. Then to remove that Jadata, then Jnapti Brahma, Jnana Brahma is said. When the Jnana Brahma is said, the Antatva ka problem aa gaya. To remove that Antatva, Anantam Brahma word is used. So Jnanam Brahma is helping the Satyam Brahma, Anantam Brahma is helping the Jnanam Brahma. Then Jnanam Anantam is Sattu. Is it not? Satyam and Jnanantam is Anantam. एक दूसरे का मदद कर रहे हैं. These three words. The Purapakshi tried to neutralize one so that the other also can be neutralized. What Siddhanti did was, he took the help of the other one and made this one also stand. In this way, Anyonya Niyamya Niyamaka. Niyama Niyamaka means the controlling and supporting, pushing ahead. तू जा तो ज्ञान ब्रह्म, मैं ज्ञान ब्रह्म तो फिर मेरा वो अनंतता शांतता हो जाएगा, मैं हूं ना, द अनंत विल कम। When the Satyam Brahma goes, yaar, they are calling me Jada, मैं आ रहा हूं ना, ज्ञप्ति। So in this way, these three words, Anyonya Niyamya Niyamaka, first point, complementing each other, simple. Second thing is what are they doing? सत्यादि शब्द वाच्यात। सी, सत्यादि शब्द को यूज किया, दे आर द वाच्य और द शब्द, एंड एवरी शब्द और वाच्य हैज अ मीनिंग, द वाचक, and that vachaka is Brahman, and taken to the Brahman which is called as vachaka. Having taken us to Brahmana, they have given up their vachyatva, therefore Brahman also is not required to be a vachaka, sorry, vachya. They have given up their vachakatva, then they, because of which Brahma also is not vachya. Because it is me, I am not required to be spoken about. To indicate me, what is required? I am, yeah. Anything other than me, for that, I have to tell some name and some lakshana, the guna, सब बताना पड़ता है. But मेरे अंदर कोई भी ऐसा व्यापार की जरूरत नहीं. That is what? सत्य शब्द, सत्यादि शब्द वाच्याद तन्निर्वर्तकाः ब्रह्मणः लक्षणार्थाः च भवन्ति. What a beautiful expression. They are such a lakshanas of the Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam, that in these shabdas which became vachaka, there is a vachya, the Brahman indicated, after indication of which they lose their vachakatva, and simultaneously Brahman as a vachya also is not required. Then is he, then is Anubhava. And that Anubhava kim lakshana iti cheta Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Satyam Jnanamantam kin chet, then again it is a vachaka, you have to explain its meaning. This is how the Upanishad, by using these words, it not use the words. By using these lakshanas, it did not told the self. By using these visheshanas, it did not make the Paramatma as visheshya. विशेषण के कारण विशेष भी नहीं बना, लक्षण के कारण लक्षित भी नहीं बना, नाम के कारण नहीं, नाम भी नहीं बना. Because the vachaka did not become vachu. That's the beauty of these three words. It's so very enchanting if one can understand this thought. So good it is, so wonderful it is. Satyam Jnanam Anantam are the Vachakas. In their meaning, they are indicating some Vachya, they are explaining Vachya. But after using that Shabdas, when you reach to the Vachya, Brahma, in that Anubhuti, these Vachakas are not required. Therefore, when the Vachaka is not there, Brahman is not a Vachya. Then it is Anubhuti. Therefore, self is not an object of explanation or interaction or dealing. Self is a subject to be experienced. Now also we are experiencing self, but it is not the true self. The not self upadhi is taken as the self. Therefore, the not self, which is panchopadhi, have to be taken for study exhaustively and they have to be rejected. That is why the next portion will come, maybe from few 2-3 days onwards. After this is over. अभी ये नहीं हुआ, ये कल थोड़ा हो जाएगा, फिर यो वेद नीतं गुहायाम, it will take 1 or 2 days. Then सोष्णुते सर्वान् कामान्, one day it will take. Then tasmad vai tasmad atmana akasha sambhuta. How come from him the akashadi came? वो थोड़ा हम विचार करेंगे. So this one anuvaka 3 or 4 days when we do, then second and third onwards the panchakosha vivekas will come. Then give time, have patience, apply the intellect. थोड़ा थोड़ा वो बुद्धि में भेजे में जाएगा. So tomorrow we will conclude this, and another last thing said here is Satyam Jnanavantam Brahma is not also a Vakya. How is it so? We will say tomorrow. So we have to use the Satyam Jnanavantam Shabdas. We have to know their literal dictionary meaning. Through the dictionary meaning only, you have to reach to the Brahma. In the reaching of the Brahma, everything other than Brahma rejected, along with these words also rejected. What remains is Anubhuti. Aham Brahmas. Actually, it happens. When we first understanding meaning of the words, try to achieve that object which is meant by these words. शब्दों का अर्थ समझ गया ना, वो अर्थ वाला वस्तु को खोजो. When you खोजो, we become that. जानत तुम ही हो जाए. ब्रह्म देखने मैं चला, ब्रह्म मैं बन गया. क्यों? क्योंकि मैं हमेशा ब्रह्म था ही, बना नहीं है. दूसरे बनावटी जिंदगी से अपने हकीकत में आ गया. So all busy revel in that. By God's grace, Shruti Mata's Kripa, if we enter into this mood of again and again reaching to our own self through the contemplation on this seemingly difficult contradicting sentences, aha, आनंद में आनंद. बोलते हैं सत्य ब्रह्मा, बोलते हैं कि नहीं बोला. डिफाइन करते हैं सत्य ब्रह्मा, फिर बोलते हैं नहीं डिफाइन किया. एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, कहते हैं कि एक्सप्लेन नहीं किया. इंडिकेट करते हैं, बोलते इंडिकेशन नहीं किया. अरे क्या ये वही है. It's so good it is. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Tomorrow we will conclude this. Today our evening Ramayana mein we have concluded yesterday Sutikshna Stuti. It was exhaustive, so we couldn't go beyond 3-4 shlokas. So that will be done in Bhagavatam. Today we will see Bhagavan Krishna leaving the world. So Sahasranama also almost in 3 or 4 days it will be over. So Sahasranama हो जाएगा, भागवत भी हो जाएगा हमारा. Ramayana will continue. Upanishad will continue. Thank you for your patience. God bless you. Now let us study for some time. Yoga Darshanam. I will give you 5 minutes break. Take it, no problem.